the Burgess stand and I'm going to have a chat to a Burgess representative about some of the products that they make. I use a lot of their treats and their food, and I'm really excited to have a chat with them.
Hi, I'm Matt Brash, a veterinary surgeon. I'm Burgess's veterinary advisor, and I've got a whole host of pets. I've got a dog called Guilty, a cat called Voodoo, 2 horses, some fantail pigeons, some tumbler doves, 1 peacock, trying to find another peacock, some Indian runner ducks, an axolotl, stick insects, newts, 2 budgies that fly around the kitchen, a cockatoo that flies around the garden, and I can't remember what else we've got, but a few more probably.
So what products do you make?
Well, Burgess's makes a range of products for small furry pets, particularly with things what we call the fibivores, the rabbit, guinea pig, chinchilla and daegu. They have a range called Excel for those, but then they also make hamster food, chinchilla food, and so on and so forth. Well, Burgess is a family firm that's been there for well over 100 years up in North Yorkshire, and in fact the original mill, Victory Mill, is still there. It's very pretty. But they've only been making the Fibivore food, the Excel brand, since the early 90s, when they recognised that there really was a big problem in the diets of a lot of these small fibre-eating animals. They were just getting the wrong sort of diet. So a lot of research with vets, they managed to produce Excel. If a rabbit or guinea pig doesn't get the fibre it requires in its diet, then it's going to end up with all sorts of problems. The first one is dental. These guys, their teeth grow all the time. If you look at a rabbit, 10 to 12 centimetres per year. That's a lot of tooth growth. So they need that fibre to wear their teeth down. But not only that, they need the fibre for their guts to work. And they need 2 types of fibre. They need digestible fibre and they need indigestible fibre. Digestible fibre goes down to their cecum, their appendix. There it gets broken down by bacteria, turned into more bacteria, volatile fatty acids, vitamins and minerals. Indigestible fibre makes the whole process work. Because what's really bizarre about these little guys is that they eat their own poo from their bottom, a process called cecotrophy. Which is gross, but actually it's how they've evolved. And why have they evolved like that? Well, because if you're going to eat fibre, you need a large area to break down that fibre. Take a cow. It has a rumen that's about 60 to 80 litres. That's massive. Rabbits can't afford to do that because they're prey species. If they've got a great big gut carrying a lot of weight, they're not going to be able to run away. Horse copes by being big and being able to run fast. Rabbits can't do that. So they've evolved this process of the food going through the system twice. But that means they've got to get loads of fibre in their diet. When you're feeding something like a rabbit or a guinea pig, these guys have got real sweet teeth. And they love sugary things. And you need to avoid that. Because a high level of sugar or carbohydrate, starch, that sort of thing, will change the acidity in the gut. This means you get the wrong sort of bacteria there. It's not the right bacteria to break down that fibre. They end up getting bloat, they can get gut stasis, and they'll die. So yes, but unfortunately feeding rabbits, guinea pigs is really boring. You know, you've just got to give them high fibre.
Not too many carrots.
Not too many carrots. Yeah, people forget that, you know. We're all brought up with good old Bugs Bunny sitting there eating a carrot. He hasn't done us any services. Because rabbits shouldn't really eat carrots. You know, if you take Benjamin Rabbit, who goes to Mr. McGregor's veg patch, what does he sit and eat? He eats carrots and cabbage and he gets sick. And if they eat too much of these high starch sugary things, they get sick.
So I'm at the British Veterinary Nursing Association and I'm going to go and have a chat with Laura.
Hi, my name's Laura. I'm a veterinary nurse and I'm also a regional coordinator for the British Veterinary Nursing Association. I have 4 pets at home. I have a chicken called Martha, a cat called Tipsy, and 2 rabbits, Peter and Flo. I always wanted to work with animals, I just wasn't sure in what way. I went and did work experience in a local vet practice when I was at school, and from then on that was what I wanted to do.
So how would someone get into it if they wanted to become a vet nurse?
It's a good idea to try and do some work experience as soon as they're old enough. That way they can find out if that's really what they want to do. Important to get the right GCSEs to go on to vet nursing. So at the moment it's maths, English language and science, biology. Contact the local agricultural colleges and just get as much information as possible.
So why is it important to take your pet to the vet?
It's really important for animal welfare to make sure that they've got any medical care that they need. The vet will be able to give the expertise needed to advise on treatment of any conditions that may be there, and they can also provide a lot of information about animal welfare. Vet nurses that they're ideally placed to provide information on how to best care for your pet.
So what would you say to someone who's reluctant to take their pet to the vet because of costs?
I think talk to your vet. A lot of the time treatment costs aren't quite as much as they'd imagine. We often have owners that are quite surprised at how low the costs were for the treatment we've provided, and as long as you're upfront and say at the beginning if there's likely to be any issue with cost, then you can talk to your vet and come up with maybe an agreement of paying in instalments, and just be open and honest. Don't let it put you off taking your pet to the vet, because the pet's welfare is priority.
So how long does it take to become a vet nurse?
It depends which method of training you go down. I got a job in a small animal practice and went to college 1 day a week, and that took me just over 2 years. But there's different ways of training now, different courses you can study, so it's best to talk to the college that's providing the training. But it's normally about 2 to 3 years.
So do vets and veterinary nurses specialise?
Yeah, vets and vet nurses can specialise. You can work in general practice as a nurse and undertake many different tasks, or you can specialise in a referral centre, or you can work with exotic animals, zoo animals. There's lots of different career paths to go down.
So do you have any campaigns or anything on at the moment?
The month of May is National Veterinary Nursing Awareness Month, and it's all about creating awareness of the role of the veterinary nurse in practice. Sometimes it's misunderstood, so we're just trying to create awareness of what we do as a profession, and also to promote responsible pet care.
So have you had a good show?
It's been really good. It's been really busy. We've had a lot of people inquiring about membership to the British Veterinary Nursing Association. We strongly recommend student vet nurses and veterinary nurses join the BVNA. There's a lot of membership benefits, so have a look at the website and find out some more information.